The story opens on a crisp Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. in Whisper Wind Estates, Colorado, where HOA President Vivian Blackwood arrives at my cabin armed with a crowbar and unbridled fury. She tears off the handcrafted shutters, made from my grandfather's century-old Iowa barnwood, each plank carrying decades of weathered history, and flings them into a dumpster like worthless scrap. The sharp crack of splintering wood and the scrape of forged hardware being ripped away echo through the quiet mountain air. Not satisfied, she grabs a sledgehammer and pounds my carefully laid stone walkway, the one I spent 3 months perfecting by hand. In just 20 minutes, for $1,200 worth of custom craftsmanship is reduced to rubble, all because she declared my rustic cabin an eyesore that disrupted the neighborhood's uniform aesthetic. My name is Garrett Millwright, a 52-year-old retired Navy engineer who spent 25 years building bridges in remote corners of the world. After losing my wife Sarah to cancer, I sought solace in this peaceful place she always dreamed of, rustic, real, far from the sterile modern boxes she called dentists' offices. 3 years ago, I used my savings to buy 2 acres here and spent 18 months constructing the cabin myself. Genuine log walls from reclaimed barnwood, solar panels greeting the sunrise, rain barrels capturing thunderstorms, and native wildflowers dancing in the breeze. It was a living tribute to her memory, a place where the scent of pine sap and fresh coffee felt like healing. The neighborhood started out idyllic. 47 homes blending retirees and young families, mostly beige suburban builds that looked mass-produced. My cabin stood out like handmade art among cookie-cutter copies, and that difference became Vivian's obsession once she formed the HOA in 2021. At 58, a former corporate compliance officer, she embodied suburban control. Her 4,200-square-foot McMansion gleamed with artificial green lawn that reeked of chemicals, shrubs trimmed to perfection like a Home Depot catalog come to life. She patrolled in her spotless white Lexus SUV, clipboard in hand, issuing citations for mailboxes 2 inches too tall or Christmas lights left up a day past deadline. Nitpicking elevated to an art form. The first violation notice arrived via certified mail, bold red letters declaring my cabin an aesthetic disruption, threatening property values. Fine started at $500, demanding a corrective plan within 30 days. I tried reason, pulling out HOA documents showing my cabin predated the association by 8 months under a grandfather clause, and sent polite emails with proof. Silence followed, then escalation. Another letter claiming grandfather clauses didn't cover aesthetics. Fines jumping to $750, plus charges for excessive decorations like wind chimes and my wildflower landscaping. That's when the war truly began. Vivian brought in her architectural consultant, her nephew Brandon, a 20-something with a backwards cap, energy drink breath, and a cheap tape measure. He measured my setbacks wrong by feet, declared unpermitted hardscaping, and slapped me with a $2,000 emergency fee plus $100 daily penalties. My neighbor Rex Cartwright, a 73-year-old retired surveyor, stepped in with professional laser equipment and proved the cabin was fully compliant. Brandon's report was pure fiction. I filed complaints with the Colorado HOA board, researched Vivian's past. She'd been ousted from a Denver HOA for financial misconduct and harassment, and gathered allies. Neighbors shared their own stories. Wrong shade roses, work trucks in driveways, tire swings deemed inconsistent. Vivian targeted individuality, craving beige conformity. She doubled down with her brother-in-law Larry, another unqualified expert, who invented structural hazards after a 10-minute glance. Loose railings, fire risks from wood, demanding $5,000 in remediation by HOA-approved read. Family, contractors charging triple rates. But Vivian overlooked her own vulnerabilities. County records revealed her McMansion's unpermitted additions, a swimming pool breaching setbacks by 12 feet, an illegal deck on easement land, $18,000 in back taxes and fines. Then came the bombshell. The entire Whisper Wind Estates sat atop a sealed 1978 to 1987 industrial landfill full of heavy metals, benzene, solvents, and other toxins. Vivian's pool excavation had punctured the containment barriers, unleashing methane and contaminants. Her perfect green lawn masked chemical leaching, with levels spiking 400% above EPA limits. I tipped off county enforcement anonymously. Inspections followed. Vivian's bribery attempt got her arrested, handcuffs clicking as she offered cash to overlook paperwork. Tampering with monitoring equipment brought federal charges, and her property became a declared environmental hazard. With help from Rex, County Clerk Marlene, hardware store owner Tom, environmental scientist Dr. Janet Cross, and attorney Sarah Hicks, we petitioned for emergency waste collection designation under Colorado environmental law, which overrides HOA rules when public health is at stake. Contamination maps, soil tests, 43 of 47 household signatures, and federal backing made it inevitable. Vivian's mansion was designated the Whisper Wind Emergency Environmental Collection Facility. She fought desperately, hiring high-priced lawyers, hiring a PI to stalk neighbors, sabotaging sensors, caught on camera at 2 a.m., chaining herself to her mailbox in a gas mask during a live stream rant. But every move backfired. Federal marshals, EPA involvement, a viral media meltdown where she denied contamination next to screaming detectors, and her fourth arrest sealed it. At the packed county hearing, evidence overwhelmed. Dr. Cross's charts showed catastrophic toxicity. Neighbors testified to unexplained health issues. Rex spoke for the community. Vivian's outbursts led to removal in ankle monitors. The gavel fell. Her property became the official dump site, waste trucks arriving twice weekly, her paying $2,400 monthly for the privilege, while federal oversight contained the toxins. Vivian served 2 years on environmental crimes, banned from HOA roles, forced into cleanup service. Her McMansion now hosts dumpsters where luxury cars once parked, generating fees for monitoring while protecting the neighborhood. The community flourished, reduced waste costs, rising property values, new scholarships, festivals, and an environmental institute. My cabin stands untouched, solar panels gleaming, wildflowers blooming, a plaque honoring Sarah. Twice a week, the hydraulic whine of garbage trucks reminds me that justice sometimes arrives on diesel fumes, turning an eyesore accusation into the ultimate ironic reversal. These narratives are fictionalized for entertainment, inspired by common HOA and neighbor themes, but not based on real people, events, or situations. Any resemblances are coincidental.